So I was outside this morning enjoying some early Father's Day hoops with the old heads that be running on Sundays. I forgot my sunscreen, hence the nasty sunburn that I got. But anyways, after one of the games, I went to the bench and checked my phone, and I thought that I was becoming delirious from heat exhaustion because the notification that I read said this: the Memphis Grizzlies are trading Desmond Bane to the Orlando Magic for Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, Cole Anthony, 4 unprotected first-round picks, and a first-round pick swap, sources tell ESPN. Now, my initial reaction was, whoa, that's a great pickup for the Magic. They finally got the scoring guard that we know they all needed. But my second reaction was, what the f***? Does that say 4 first-round picks for Desmond Bane? Listen, Desmond Bane is a great player. He should be on the Miami Heat. We should have drafted him in 2020 instead of Precious Achiuwa. But right now, he's the 3rd best Memphis Grizzly. I think even for Ja Morant, that package would have been a lot. And I know a lot of people are looking at the KCP deal and they're saying, oh, that's a pretty bad contract that the Grizzlies got to take on. But it's only got 2 more years left on his deal. And I know KCP shot pretty poor last year. And even if he continues to not shoot well, he's still a pretty great defender. So I don't think that contract is that bad. It's not the worst that we've seen or currently in the NBA. So those 4 first-round picks, it's primarily for Desmond Bane. So I explained my initial reactions, but a lot of Heat fans had something else in mind when they saw the news, like my guy Royal A. Shepard, who tweeted out, "Trade Tyler for 5 firsts immediately." And okay, I know what you may be thinking. You're not surprised that Royal had a take like this because he would trade Tyler Herro for a half-eaten can of Pringles, let alone a package similar to what Desmond Bane got. But it wasn't just Royal. My guy Adam Barai also tweeted out, "Go get your 5 firsts for Tyler immediately." Now, maybe you're thinking, okay, Royal and Adam, they both have that basement sports network mindset. But it wasn't just those 2 guys either. You also had Giancarlo Navas of Miami Heat Beat tweet out, "Trade market has been set. See what Herro can fetch you." And then my other guy, Digital Adele of the 5 Reasons Sports Network, well, he tweeted out, "If someone doesn't write the article that the Bane trade highlights why Miami should trade Tyler, it's journalism malpractice." So representatives of 3 different major local networks that cover this team, they all had the same idea. If Desmond Bane got Memphis 4 first-round picks, the Miami Heat need to trade Tyler Herro right away. Now, me personally, I agree with that logic. As much as I've made videos on wanting Kevin Durant, I've also talked at length about how blowing it up could actually be very beneficial to the Heat. It might be the only way to get them out of this purgatory that is NBA mediocrity. And at first, I thought maybe Tyler Herro could net you 2 second-round picks at most. But now, it makes you wonder. While I think Desmond Bane does have more trade value than Tyler Herro because he's a better player, there is some things that go against his value. For one, Desmond Bane is turning 27 in 10 days. That's 2 years older than Tyler Herro, who's only 25 years old. And then contractually, Desmond Bane makes $37 million next year compared to Tyler Herro's 31. And then the year after that, Desmond Bane is making almost $40 million compared to Tyler Herro's 33. And then after that, Bane has 2 more seasons where he's making over $40 million. Now, this could be good and bad because if Bane performs well, okay, the Magic have him locked in to a fine contract for the next 4 seasons. With regards to Tyler Herro, we know he's extension eligible this offseason. So there's a lot more questions surrounding his contract situation. That makes it an unknown, which might not be a good thing. And if Herro does get his full extension, that's a big if. If he does get that full extension, he still has to earn it, of course. But if he does earn it, it'll be at a number that's much higher than what Bane is getting because the salary cap continues to grow. I think Tyler Herro is eligible for a 3-year, $150 million extension, which comes to $50 million a year. compared to Desmond Bane's roughly $40 to $42 million as his contract comes to an end. All of that being said, I'm not opposed to trading Tyler Herro, but there's no way that he'd net Miami the 4 firsts that Desmond Bane went for or the 5 firsts that Heat fans are asking for. Although I would have told you yesterday that there's no way Desmond Bane could have went for 4 firsts. So in reality, someone's trade value really just boils down to how desperate another team is. In this case, the Orlando Magic were desperate. They needed a guard who can score right now. They saw the East as wide open with the Pacers currently 2 wins away from a championship. They know that Jason Tatum is out next year. They already have a very strong front court duo in Franz and Paolo. So they believe that they could compete right away if they got that guard. And additionally, they've never really been a major free agent destination. Although they're in the beautiful no state income tax state of Florida, they're never really in on a lot of free agents. I mean, they got Grant Hill and T-Mac that one time before he was T-Mac, and they almost got Tim Duncan, but that bum Doc Rivers didn't want to let Tim Duncan's family fly on the plane. That guy's an idiot. Somehow the Bucks think that Doc Rivers is going to be enough to keep Giannis. It's not going to happen. But anyways, the point is the Magic never really get free agents. So they've primarily built their builds through the draft and through trade. And that's how you get the Magic desperate enough to trade 4 first-round picks for Desmond Bane. Is it possible that they would have did this same deal for Tyler Herro, another guy who I think would have fit their current system pretty well? Well, maybe, but the Heat didn't offer it. Or I guess the Magic didn't reach out to Miami. Who knows for sure? It's also possible, though, that maybe there's another team out there that's desperate that would be willing to make a similar deal like this for Tyler Herro. I don't know who exactly. Could be the Utah Jazz. I know they're not really desperate because they're not looking to compete next year anyways, but they have more first-round picks than they know what to do with. They could use some excitement in their team, and they're not a free agent destination either. So maybe they could be a team that would be desperate enough for Tyler Herro. Outside of them, I don't know, but it's at least worth the Miami Heat taking calls on to see what is out there for Tyler Herro. Because this isn't the first time we've seen a desperate team overpay for someone. You had the Knicks overpay for Mikal Bridges. They sent 5 first-round picks because they were so desperate to get the Villanova boys together just to trade Dante DiVincenzo like a week later for Karl Anthony Towns. Of course, you also got the infamous Rudy Gobert haul, in which the Jazz got 4 first-round picks. But in that case, the Timberwolves were very desperate to move Cat's soft ass to the 4, so they needed a center, and that's why they were so desperate to go after Gobert, who also sucks. But I think it's important to point out that these trades are outliers. They are not the market. And that's important to remember because the other thing affecting the Heat here is the impact on Kevin Durant's trade value. A lot of Heat fans were scared that KD's trade value was too high now because Desmond Bane set the market, and I don't think so. For one, Kevin Durant is 10 years older, and he's on an expiring deal, so he kind of dictates the market a little bit. And 2, this Bane trade is just another outlier. Just like Luka getting traded for a broken down Anthony Davis and 1 first-round pick, that was an outlier as well. Because if we want to compare everything to that trade, well then KD should only be worth like 2 second-round picks. So I highly doubt that the Desmond Bane deal has any impact on the Heat's chances to get Kevin Durant. And outside of KD, I know a lot of Heat fans perked up at the idea of a Grizzlies fire sale because maybe Ja Morant is on the move as well. But I personally would tend to believe that the Grizzlies are not completely blowing it up. I just think they realized that they needed a change in their backcourt because that Bane and Morant pairing, it just wasn't working. But then again, if you look at the package that the Grizzlies got for Bane, it was mostly to benefit the future. I mean, KCP and Cole Anthony, yeah, they can play right now. They're fine rotation players, but they didn't directly upgrade anywhere. But I guess maybe they just wanted the 4 first-round picks so they can do their own whale hunting for Giannis if he finally asks out publicly, or maybe Anthony Edwards in the future. I'd be hesitant to trade for Ja Morant as a Heat fan because I think a backcourt pairing of him and Tyler Herro would just be awful defensively. I'm not sure I love that duo. And then you'd be talking about, okay, maybe flip Tyler Herro for Ja Morant. but Ja Morant has more injury concerns than Tyler Herro, and that was a huge talking point last summer. So it doesn't make a lot of sense to me. But either way, that's all I got to say for this video. So let me know your thoughts down below. Do you think the Desmond Bane deal was a overpay? Who do you think won that trade? Do you think it impacts the Heat's chances to get KD? And now, how much do you want to trade Tyler Herro? How much do you think he could go for in the open market? I'm very curious to hear what y'all have to think about all of that. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe because all your support is greatly appreciated. I'm on the grind to hit 8,000 subs, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace out, everyone.
Look, pull up in your city trying to get that dead face. Do it on my own, I don't need no dead weight. Had to kill him off, yeah, I need a head space. You know this homegrown bitch don't offend me.